We'll talk to David Day, CEO of Samurai Digital Security. Hello, David.
Hi, Stephen.
You specialise in cyber security. The government, it won't comment on security measures. What's your assessment of the seriousness of this?
I think it's very serious, and I agree. Sometimes when the release is short and they don't say much, that gets me concerned. No, this is a very serious incident. We should be worried as the public. This is the Ministry of Justice, an organisation which we trust implicitly, and they have dropped the ball. Something terrible with this one.
So, how do they get back from this, David?
Well, some transparency is needed. I think keeping things to themselves and keeping things quiet is not the way for the public to gain trust in them. They need to say what happened. They have to do. They are investigating, as I understand it. They need to say exactly what has happened, what the problem was, what the potential motivations might be, what the potential impacts might be. But the most important thing they need to do is say what they're going to do to stop it happening again, because it's not the first time.
How, how would this? You would have thought security around the blueprints would be so tight.
You would, wouldn't you? Clearly not. I mean, there's three ways in which this can get leaked. The first one is somebody inside the organisation could leak it, maybe a disgruntled employee, a malicious party, maybe with some political motivations. The other way is through social engineering, which we're all familiar with, the phishing links that we're all warned against, and other ways that you can be socially engineered. And the final one is technically whereby systems are breached by hackers in order to get access to that information. So they have failings in at least one of those areas, potentially all three, because oftentimes these breaches use all three of those things together. So, yeah, they've got a big undertaking to convince us that they are now secure and they're taking this seriously.
Guess that one of the worrying things of this is trying to work out the motivation for whoever leaked it.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, is this, because normally if it's financially based, so in other words, they intend to make money out of it, they wouldn't post this directly to the dark web publicly because they want to get some money for it. They want to sell it. So what my concern is with this particular one, well, there's a few actually, but one of them is it could be they have other information beyond this. And this is speculation, right? This is me. This is a hypothesis. I'm not stating any facts here, but it does happen, and oftentimes it happens, that they have more information than the bit that they've just released. So let's say, for example, they have information on shift patterns, on prisoner details, what cells they're in, of prison wardens and what their movements are, what the transfer requests are between prisons. All of a sudden, then we have some very dangerous data. And sometimes they put the less dangerous data out first to get the attention before they sell the bigger stuff.
Hey, Dr. David Day, CEO of Samurai Digital Security. We're talking about the data breach involving the prison estate in England and Wales. We're discussing, David, selling this data. Selling it to who? And for what type of money in these type of cases?
Well, to malicious parties, to malicious criminals that want to use that information to disrupt the system. So maybe for political reasons, to cause embarrassment to the government, or maybe, look, if we look at the worst case scenarios here, situations such as getting dangerous convicted criminals, murderers, those responsible for sex crimes who could potentially escape as a result of this. So these are the concerns I've had. And in terms of selling them to people that want these people out, gangsters, other financial criminals. There's many malicious parties that might want these people released, or maybe for blackmail purposes as well. We don't know what's happening. Like has been alluded to, a very short release. Was ransomware involved here? Could this have been, we have this information, pay us, otherwise we're going to release it? And then the Ministry of Justice, against speculation, said, no, we won't, and therefore it's released. And then there's further information that could be released. And again, There could be negotiations going on there. When it's quiet like this, I get worried. What's going on? There's often more to it. The quieter it is.
And we know this is about the prison estate in England and Wales. Is it the entire prison estate?
Well, there's a number that have been leaked. It's a concern about me. A number of blueprints have been leaked. It's a concern for me. I think if they can do a smaller sector, they can do the entire estate. It's a proof of concept almost in a sense. So yeah, I would be very concerned about that. I'm also be concerned about the fact that if this can happen with prisons, if this can happen with uh, if the government can't protect our prison data, then what's stopping them targeting hospitals or even national security?
Dr. David Day, thank you very much indeed. 08085